And I value this gift of love and of experiencing this dimension of physical life. Okay, for many years I would have been very much against what I'm saying now. For many years I was intense on just practice and work on yourself, and I was negating the world. I was negating even life. But with time I found out that, you are not separate from the world, and you can benefit this world. And this is what I feel also responsible to do. and yeah, now it's been 3 years, about 3 years with my beautiful woman. We've been living. First of all, to make the story short, kind of short, she came here. She stayed with me here in the jungle. This is the jungle house. You don't see it in the video, or do you see it? So she had stayed with me, living like a hermit. This wasn't easy for her. She managed for some months, but then she wanted to be more around people, so we got a place in the village, which is 2-3 hours walking from here. So yes, so these are 2 places where I am now. I'm either here in a virgin jungle house, or I'm in the village where I spend more time with my beautiful woman. And yeah, this has been a change for me, because I'm no longer a hermit. A few days ago I got a hater's comment towards me, and she said that, you are lying, you are pretending you are a hermit so that people come to your retreats. You're pretending that you are a hermit, but you are not. You are not telling people that you are living with a woman. You are no hermit. You are just manipulating people to think that you are a real hermit. So that was kind of the message I got, which okay, some people may think this way. Everybody has the right to think, the way they want to think. But for me, it makes me smile, because yes, I'm living with a woman now. I'm not a hermit now. However, in my heart, I know this hermit very well, because I have lived so much hermit time in my life, and I'm so grateful for it, and I have cherished it. And I still, whenever I have an opportunity, I come here to the Virgin Jungle house and I do my own little retreat, such as I have for the last 7 days, let's say. I have been meditating every day, 10 hours a day. I've been doing my mantras and pranayamas and asanas and meditation, other practices every day intensely, and this is great. This is great. I feel grateful to do this. Maybe it is just 7 days. Maybe it is not 3 months of 10 hours a day. Maybe it is just 7 days, but I can already feel how these 7 days, I can definitely feel the positive results of my practice. And whenever I can, I have time, I come here and I practice. This place here in the Virgin Jungle for me is easy to practice. When I'm in the village, it's more difficult to practice. It's another energy. There are more people and such. And that, the village, I feel more inspiration there to train. So I have my gym over there and I train every day, and you can see, I don't look like a weak little man, you know. You can see that you know. So I love to train, I love to do different exercises, lift the weights, lift my dumbbells I have made and my equipment I have made, and heavy bag, boxing. I like to do this. This is me. You know, some people may say, "Oh, but if you are on the on the yoga path, real yogi, you call yourself, you shouldn't be training in, you know, to make your muscles grow." Some people would say it is ego, you know, bodybuilding training, it is ego. This is what people think, this is what people say, and they have the right to think the way they want. But this does it. I have my own way. I love training, I love growing myself spiritually with my practices, my shamanic practices, my ayahuascas, my master plan dietas, my mantras, my pranayamas, breathing exercises, asanas. I like to train myself in this spiritual and also physical dimension that makes me powerful, empowers you. When you learn how to breathe, when you train your breathing, it will empower you and it will empower your life. So I do these spiritual and these conscious practices of training myself, but I also like to train myself physically, you know, lift those weights, punch that heavy bag. I love to feel my body. I love to feel this life in me. I love to affirm my life through my body. And when you are training, it is like you feel your body, you live your body, you affirm your body, you can push yourself, you know, your discipline, your willpower, go further, you know, beyond your limitations, push yourself. That's also training, physical training, such as weightlifting, for me is a beautiful way of training my discipline and challenging my willpower. Because when you feel pain doing a certain exercise, doing some push-ups, for example, and your body says, I don't want to do this anymore, this is your opportunity to affirm your willpower. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do 10 more. And you do 10 more. You know? And in this way, this physical training, weightlifting training, boxing, other ways of physical training, I also find to be spiritual in this way, because you affirm your own will. I'm gonna do more than my body, you know, wants. So I find different ways of training beautiful for me, and I don't think that, you know, you should choose just spiritual training and not physical training or mental training, which I also am trying to do more, you know, like read some good books and expand your mental, you know, capacities, mental power, which is another way of growing, of training yourself, which I also find interesting and find being alive, living fully, using your capacities, using your what you can, you know, to live your life more intensely, more fully. I find this spiritual in itself. So yes, I feel good about involving different types of things in my life, different types of hobbies, you may say, or things I like to do, or the ways I like to be, such as training myself in different ways. So how I got about the training, physical training, is that in the village I train much more. I lift the weights, but when I come here in the virgin jungle, here I do mostly or only meditation, breathing, maybe some asanas, some yoga postures, but I don't go into physical training as much, because I also find it different energy, which could be another interesting topic, indeed interesting topic. that if you want, or if I want to go on intense spiritual retreat and work my consciousness up, evolve consciously, and do as much inner work as possibly I can, then I just do those spiritual practices, and I don't do any deadlifts and push-ups and other intense physical training, muscle training, strength training. I don't do it. I just dedicate my time to mantras and breathing and asanas, because I feel that this way my consciousness, my energy, my vibrations go higher, to a more subtle place, let's say. My consciousness becomes more subtle, and I feel that if I started training, if I started deadlifting my huge stones and rocks that I have here, I feel that my consciousness would go back more to the physical body, and I would kind of experience more